returned to his parents' house a day or so later.
You did what?
Why?
The professors weren't making any sense.
You mean they weren't making any sense to you?
They weren't making any sense to anyone with any sense.
And you know this based on your own advanced experience and education?
You told me to not let people hold me back.
Yes, but that was for after the professors taught you what you did. These men won't hold you back. They'll propel you forward.
It wasn't a good use of your money.
My money, my choice.
My life, my choice.
I dream in color. Why can't you see the brighter world I had for you to have?
Unsure of what to do next, Victor returns to the university, and on a busy shopping street outside its walls, he finds someone who can help him decide.
So sorry, I didn't see you.
Well, hello again.
Again?
We had history class together. Until you left.
Sorry again. Guess I didn't see you then either.
Where are you headed in such a hurry?
Heading from. Just had a tough conversation with my father.
This is my cottage. Come in and tell me about it. Sit. So, where are you going?
Nowhere! Now that I don't have to take the awful courses in the university's degree programs, I think I'll stick around and take a couple of courses I like.
Like what?
Like geology.
Geology.
Who knew? My father spent his entire life covered in sand, cutting rocks. I always thought they were all the same.
They're not?
Not even close. Look at these, for example. See this? They're alive. You can almost see through them.
Almost. Your father gave you those?
He did.
And how does he feel about you dropping out?
Hugely disappointed. He saved all his life so I could go.
A tremendous sacrifice.
And that's exactly why I couldn't stay. I was measuring what I was learning against his blood, soil, sweat, and the tears of my father. And it wasn't comparing one.
Father should have understood that.
He tried. And he didn't want the money. He never wanted the money. He wanted me to get the degree.
So it would reflect well on him.
Not a chance. He's driven by helping others. And I suppose I'm at the center of that target.
You're not driven by that? I should say not.
Well, not directly. I want to make things that help others. I want to give them the tools to create. But I want those tools to be both practical and beautiful. Take this quartz, for example. To the naked eye, the rock looks all jumbled up with different textures and colors all helter-skelter. But if you look carefully, you can see the rock's history, how it came to be what it is. There's a world in there, a world of wonder, a world of history, crying to get out. The worlds collide, the weak depart, the strong survive, like the rock. Stand alone, yet part of all when things collide. for example, was just sitting there minding its own business when an offshoot of a river of different rock collided with it, forcing its way inside of it.
How did it feel about that?
It's a rock. It doesn't have feelings.
That's why it was just sitting there minding its own business?
What? Don't be silly. I'm trying to explain something to you.
Ah!
You have to understand how these things got to be what they are and what they're used for. Quartz is used for decoration. But you have to cut away the jumbled part to get to its inner view. And to do that, you've got to be able to understand how the beauty got there. Otherwise, you'll never find it.
How do you get at it?
Huh? Well, you cut away the less beautiful rock that's in the way. And then you get down to the pure quartz. You can almost see right through it.
It's the opposite of what I do.
Well, how so?
I start with clay and mold it into something. A dish, a bowl, a mug. And then I glaze it and bake it. It's the glaze that helps it retain its shape. So instead of cutting things away, I'm adding them together.
I wonder,
Yes?
what if we heated up the quartz, much like you do with your pots, and if it melted down, mixed it with some soda, and poured it into a flat tray to cool?
What if?
I wonder if we could actually see through it. I'm sure we could.
Good for you. I'll loan you a furnace to get you started.
Good for everyone. Thank you.
This takes place in a crude factory many months later. There's lots of activity. Sand being moved in and out, being melted down, mixed with other materials, and turned into glass.
Fire, steam, curing, loading, fire, steam, curing. That's the way we make the glass. Loading, fire, steam, curing.
No. You're doing it all wrong. How hard is it to put in a consistent measure of the soda? Too little soda and we can't see through the glass. Too much and it will be brittle.
What's wrong with it being a little brittle? No one's ever going to notice.
How much does it matter?
A true craftsman would pay attention to the things no one else notices. A true craftsman doesn't compromise on quality, ever.
Well, maybe I'm not a true craftsman.
Well, I am, and you work for me.
That's a little harsh.
I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but we've got the opportunity to change the world here. If we start by compromising, everyone that follows will compromise a little more, and then a little more after that. We'll end up with useless piles of sand.
That's the way we make the glass.
Boss, I got an idea.
Careful with that. Easy.
What if we let the glass cool down in warm water instead of cold? We'd shock it less so fewer pieces would break.
I don't have time for foolishness. Just do your job.
That's the way we make the glass.
What was that all about?
Nothing. But what do you think would happen if we cooled the glass in warm water?
I'm not sure. It might allow it to form up more slowly and bond stronger.
Good idea?
Let's give it a try.
That's the way we make the glass.
Boss thinks we should start cooling the glass with warm water instead of cold.
That was my idea.
That doesn't matter. It's still a good one. Let's do it.
Let's. That's the way we make the glass.
Looks like you have lots of piles of sand.
Hello, Father. We do. But we're starting with the sand, not ending with it. Here's what we end up with.
It's a wonder. And I've been here wondering what you've been doing here all this time. And all this from quartz sand?
And soda.
The key is combining them to the right heat at the right amount of time. Let the mixture solidify but not congeal too much.
That's right. I wanted to get it right before I showed it to you. Rising from the sand, the light was always there. Rising out of hands, fueled by nature's own. It was always there, but covered to the eye. When we melt it down, it opens to our needs. We found a better way, its use is far and wide. See it, touch it, hold it, use it. There's so much more that we can do with it. Rising from the sand, the light was always there. Rising out of hands, fueled by nature's own. It was always there, but covered to the eye. When we melt it down, it opens to our needs. We found a better way, its use is far and wide. Rising from the sand, the glass, the light, and us.
That's what you wanted?
Almost. We've proved it works, but we're not making any money yet.
Now what do you need for that to happen?
Don't have enough money for the equipment or the managers we need to reach a critical mass.
I could give you both. Still have your college money. And they don't really need me in the mine anymore. Done!
Time passes, and Victor's factory keeps growing and growing.
Do we really need all this equipment and all of these people? Things are getting complicated. We're starting to make some mistakes.
That's the price of progress. If we're going to grow bigger, faster, stronger, better, there's going to be some breakage along the way.
That's unacceptable. We have to be perfect.
Nothing is perfect.
If you don't believe in what we're doing, get out.
That's awfully severe.
Boss, what you've created here is truly amazing. You started it, it wouldn't exist without you. But the company has outgrown you.
What do you mean?
You don't yet have the management skills to lead an organization of this size.
You're with them?
I'm with you.
Then back me up.
Sometimes what's best for you over the longer term is different than what's best for you over the near term.
Not what we need you to be. I've seen it cure you were the spark, but now we need the fuel. You were the light, but now the work begins. You were the start, we'll always honor that, but now the adults must discipline the whole. You'll always be our founder, but times have changed. You're not what we need you to be. You're not what we need. Not what we need. You're not what we need.
What do you need me to be?
Gone.
Back to the sand, back to the dark, lost and alone, What do I do now? Back to the night, back by myself. I let them down. What do I do now? Why can't I be what they need me to be? Why can't I thrive in the world they are making? Why can't I see what they need me to see? Back to the sand, back to the dark, lost and alone. What do I do
You're feeling sorry for yourself.
I am.
Why?
Really? I invented it. I built it. They pushed me out. It was mine and now it's not. I had somewhere to go and now I don't. I mattered and now I don't. What do you want from me?
Honesty.
In what way?
It changed. You weren't your son anymore.
True.
You're not an operator. You're a creator.
True.
The workers are going to be happier working for your father than they were working for you. You really pushed them hard.
But that was my business. And he's my father. I'm not sure if I can ever forgive him.
That is ridiculous. You know he could no more turn on you than he could turn on his own right arm. You're a part of him. And if he supported the workers, it's only because he thought it was right for you and not for them.
It doesn't matter. He hurt me. Besides, what do I do now?
Create something new.
How?